Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to another one of these challenges for the Thrill Me Thursdays. Before I get onto that though, I know it's been a week since my last video, which was the end of the 31 Days of Horror Challenge in October Marathon. Just been taking a break, that was like 31 videos in a row I did of like reviews, and including like the Thrill Me Thursdays challenges once in a while thrown in there during those weeks and things like that. So that was like quite a bit of videos in a row I did. So I took a little bit of, so I just kind of chilled back, lay back a little bit for a few days, about a week, just to refresh. And granted, I love doing the marathon. It was a great marathon, but that's a lot of videos within like 31 straight days. So I had to take a break for a little bit. But I do have more videos planned for you guys, and this is one of them. I didn't know that there was going to be, for Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham, I looked at the end of the last Thrill Me Thursday challenge. I didn't see like what the next category would be, so I didn't know if there was going to be another category for this Thursday, and there was, because I looked on this channel today, and it was the top 5 horror movie scores. So basically for this one, it's like your top 5 favorite movie scores to a movie. And I actually don't need my phone for this, for the list, because I actually do remember my top 5 without looking. So that always helps. And I hope you guys enjoy my top 5. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get on to it. So coming in at number 5, I know a lot of people might not consider this a horror film, but it is listed in like the horror category. It's a really great movie too, really probably one of the most gruesome movies ever, and the music is the best thing about the movie. Number 5 is Cannibal Holocaust. When I think of like the best cannibal film, it's easily this movie, and the fact that like you heard about the behind the scenes about like the animals and things like that, it's really pretty gruesome stuff with the director and things like that. I mean, but it's one of the, I think it was like really the film that kind of inspired Blair Witch a little bit, because it was like that found footage kind of like filming wise, and on top of that too, like when people think of like cannibal films, this is like the top one they always think of when it comes to cannibals. Very well done movie. Really like the way it's directed. Nice gruesome bits in there with blood. And on top of that too, the musical, like the animal stuff is really hard to watch, granted, but the music in it is absolutely fantastic. It's almost better than like the movie itself, pretty much. But the music is amazing, and it still creeps me out to this day. I've only watched it one time, and that was like maybe 9 years ago, and I haven't watched it since. But it's one of those films that always sticks with me, like with certain images, and the musical score still sticks with me. So that's easily my number 5, Cannibal Holocaust. Number 4, I know Devon Graham, Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham, had this on his list as well, and I agree with him. Number 4 is Candyman. Candyman is one of those films I cannot stress enough how much I love. And once again, this is another one with a fantastic musical score. And like I said before, I've talked about the film many times before. I mentioned it in the live stream I did with my buddies Alex, Rob, and Dan. I mentioned that in the Thursday challenge from last week and things like that. I mean, Candyman is great, and a fantastic musical score. Number 3, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th easily had to be in my top 5, because it's a theme song that everybody knows about. And I remember like, kill her, mommy, kill her, and then you have the K for kill, and mom for mommy, mama. And on top of that too, it's like a very iconic score to one of the most popular horror franchises of all time. I mean, I could have went with, Elm Street or, things like that, but Friday the 13th is without a doubt one of the best musical scores for a horror film. Even like the horror franchise in general is fantastic. I mean, it's really hard to talk about a score that everybody knows about, so that's easily my number 3. Number 2 had to be Halloween. I mean, Halloween is another, once again, one of those musical scores that is just one of the top ones out there. Such a great score that set the tone for the character of Michael Myers and the franchise. And I mean, what more can you say about the original Halloween or the Halloween score that hasn't been said before? And my number one favorite horror musical score easily had to be The Exorcist. I remember, like, when I first heard the theme song when I was a little kid, because I've never seen the trailers for, I believe it was on pay-per-view back in the day. This is back when, in 2000, when they were doing the version you never seen before, when they re-released that in theaters back in 2000. I think pay-per-view back in the day actually had it on there, and I remember seeing a trailer for it. I remember hearing the musical score, and it gave me goosebumps. And still sticks with me to this day. It's a really great musical score for The Exorcist. I mean, well, what more can you say about these scores that hasn't been said before? So I'm just going to leave it at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.